Okay. Okay. Come here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Is it on?
Yes,
Okay.
it's recording. When you first get engaged, people immediately start bombarding you with questions. When is the wedding? How much? Who's going to be there? Can I invite my second cousin's best friend's wife? Today, I will be discussing with you the pros and cons of hiring a wedding planner. This is important to discuss because according to the U.S. government, there are over 2 million weddings annually in the United States. The real question is, how beneficial is a wedding planner? I have been in love with planning weddings since I was really young. When I was 3 years old, I started asking for wedding magazines, bridal books, wanting to try on wedding dresses. So after I finish here at Pikes Peak, I'm going to be continuing my education to become a wedding planner, if I can talk clearly. I want to be able to help others with their special day. So today, I would like to invite you to discuss the topic of planning weddings. I will share some pros and cons of hiring help and invite you to discuss your opinions. Let me begin with the pros. Hold on 1 second. The pros are relieves a large majority of stress, carefully plans out budgets, makes your wedding day run smoothly, and you can receive better venues. So let me begin with relieving stress. Wedding planners plan your meetings, respond to emails and calls, and most importantly, they make sure everything runs smoothly. An article by James Brown titled Important Tasks of a Wedding Planner stated, the wedding planner tasks will be motivated by decisions made by the happy couple, and most of these decisions will be domineered by carefully planned out budget. The job for a wedding planner is to stay on budget, regulates and maintains a realistic expectation of how much you can actually spend. So if you only have a $5,000 budget, some people don't know how to manage money very well. In another article titled What's Gabby Cooking by Gabby Dawkins, she states, to have weddings at higher end locations, coordinators are now becoming required. Sending the venue staff home is a huge cost cutter, and so planners then are in charge of making sure everything's regulated instead of having the venue staff have to stay all throughout the night. Of the many parts that can be considered good about hiring a wedding planner, there are some negatives. These include financial effects on your budget, and no certification needed. Hiring a coordinator does have some downfalls. In an article titled Hiring a Wedding Planner, written by Deb Nigg, it states what the going rate is for an event planner. People with smaller budgets might not be able to afford the type of things they want. A few $1,000s could completely change a wedding. So if you only have a minimum amount of money, like I stated before, you won't be able to have a nicer venue or the wedding dress you want, or even pay for the honeymoon. According to the United States government, event planners do not need to be certified or even have a license. This is a problem because many planners do not have a clue what they're doing. So anyone can just one day walk into a room and be like, I'm a wedding planner. So you need to know what your wedding planner's credentials are before you hire them, or they could really mess up your day. Now that I have shared with you the pros and cons of hiring a wedding planner, I would like to hear your opinions. Are there any questions or comments?
Okay. It sounded really good. How are you going to further your education to become a wedding planner?
Public Community College has a online program for wedding planning that's 9 months, and then you do different internships. And actually, when I was in high school, I took a month and a half off school and did an independent study on wedding planning and event planning, and went to a flower shop and cake places and all that.
Do you get any kind of certification for taking that extra classes, or is it just?
It's just good for my resume. Okay. So I'm putting that on there, and then after that, I'll also go to UCCS and get my degree in business. Any other questions?
there a lot of stress in a small wedding? Even though it's not super big, is there still the same amount of stress if you're planning something really small? Do you think?
I actually think there's more stress because you have to have a more narrow budget and trying to figure out how to fit everything in. Plus, the venues aren't quite as nice. If you have a medium budget, it's better because then you can get better locations and better things like that. All right. Well, this has been a great discussion. Thank you for taking your time to ask me questions, or not ask, yeah, questions. Yep. Thank you for your time today. I hope you have learned a lot about weddings.